Walk beneath a quiet sky, where the night forgets my name. Yet I keep moving like a whisper, carved from something unbreakable. The world sees only footsteps fading behind me, but the truth is deeper, living in the pulse I never show. I've carried storms inside my chest without letting the thunder slip from my tongue. And maybe that's why the darkness feels like a brother rather than a threat. The shadow that follows me is not a warning, not a ghost, but a reminder of the man I've grown to become. Every mile I cross alone shapes the steel inside my breath. I've learned to stand without applause, to rise without a witness, to rebuild myself from ashes. No one else noticed burning strength is quiet, colder than the wind, warmer than the fire. It survives and I become fluent in its language. I move through empty roads like they belong to me, not because I seek ownership, but because I refuse to fear what lies ahead. There's a calmness in the steps of a man who no longer runs from his own reflection. I've stared into my own silence long enough to understand it doesn't break me, it builds me. And in that silence I discover the truth. The shadow at my side is not darkness chasing me, but discipline walking with me. It is the shape of every choice I made when no one was watching. Tonight, the moon paints me in colors only a strong man recognizes. It casts a line of dim blue across my path, guiding me not with brightness, but with honesty. I don't need crowds, voices, or lanterns to move forward. My resolve burns low and steady, like an ember that refuses to die out. And even when doubt tries to speak, it finds no room left inside me. I keep walking, not toward glory, not toward victory, but toward the man I am still becoming. Every step is a promise to myself, every breath is a boundary I refuse to surrender. And as the world grows quieter around me, I realize something simple. The shadow of a strong man is not behind him, it is beside him, walking at his pace, shaped by everything he overcame. I leave unbroken footprints behind me, marks carved not by force but by in those roads I walked alone, stretched back in deep blue silence. Yet every step holds a story of staying upright when the world tried to push me down. I don't look back to I look back to honor the man who kept moving when everything felt heavy. My path is not flawless, but it is mine, and every mark on the ground proves I never stop. The night falls around me like a steady cloak, calm and patient. There's no applause in the shadows, no witness to my resilience, but I don't need one. The ground remembers, it remembers the nights I chose. Discipline over doubt, clarity over confusion, silence over noise. My footprints remain unbroken because I refuse to let regret or fear erase them. A strong man doesn't walk to be followed, he walks to stay true to himself. I've crossed places where the air felt cold with uncertainty, where each step demanded more strength than the last. But the deeper I walked into solitude, the more I understood that forward is the only direction that doesn't lie. The world may not know the battles I fought, the ones that carve weight into my chest, but the earth beneath me does. It carries the memory of every moment I rose when falling would have been easier. My steps are slow, deliberate, shaped by a calm fire burning low within me. I don't rush, I don't stumble, I move with purpose, knowing that no matter how long the road stretches, the mark I leave will be steady. That is the quiet power I've earned. Not speed, not noise, but consistency, the kind that cannot be shaken. The sky above me deepens into quiet blue, and the night breeze with me. I walk without fear because I've already lived through the moments meant to break me. They did instead, they taught me how to place each step with intention, how to let my journey speak even when I stay silent. Unbroken footprints trail behind me, not as a call for others to follow, but as proof that a man can walk through darkness without losing his direction. And as long as I keep moving, steady and certain, I know the truth. My path will remain whole, my steps will remain true, and nothing will erase the journey I've built with my own resilience. There is steel in my spirit and silence in my steps, a combination forged in nights where I had nothing but my own resolve to lean on. I walk through shadows that stretch across the ground like unspoken truths, but they don't unsettle me. I've lived long enough in the dark to understand it has nothing to fear. The real battles are fought inside where no one can see, and that's exactly where I learned to sharpen myself. The world speaks loudly, trying to pull men into its rush. It's tension, it's endless demands, but I've chosen a different path. One where silence guides me like a steady hand. My strength doesn't come from noise or force. It comes from patience, from discipline, from moments where I refuse to crumble, even when every part of me was tested. Steel isn't created in comfort, it forms in pressure and heat and resistance. And I've carried all three without letting them break me. I trust my quiet more than I trust the voices around me. Silence has taught me to listen, not to others, but to the truth inside my chest. It hums like a low flame, burning without drawing attention, yet strong enough to warm every step forward. I walk with an inner certainty that doesn't need to be seen or heard. A strong man doesn't announce his strength, he becomes it. The night wraps around me in deep blue, soft but solemn, and every breath feels calculated, controlled. I don't rush, I don't stumble, I don't allow chaos to set the pace of my life. My silence is not emptiness, it is strategy, clarity, a shield against anything that tries to shake my foundation. I stand firm, not because the world is gentle, but because I've learned to remain calm, even when everything around me shifts. There is a calm power in knowing you don't have to prove anything. Still in silence, walk with me like loyal companions, shaping my posture, my thoughts, my choices. I've become a man who moves with intention, who speaks only when it matters, who keeps his strength steady and controlled. Noise fades, storms pass, voices dissolve, but still remain, and silence keeps it sharp. And as I take my next step into the night, I realize that this combination is my greatest armor. Unshakable strength, carried quietly without fear. Without hesitation. There's no echo in my chest, only a steady calm that refuses to tremble. I walk through nights where doubt pressed against my ribs, trying to leave its mark, but I learned to stand without letting the noise sink into me. Silence became my shield, my teacher, my quiet reminder that strength isn't measured by how loud you roar, but by how deeply you endure without losing yourself. I move through the dark with a clarity most never find. The world expects a man to shake, to falter, to crumble under the weight of his own battles, but I've carried storms that no one ever saw, and each one shaped the stillness that now lives inside me. My footsteps fall on empty ground, balanced, deliberate, leaving no room for hesitation. I don't need applause, nor permission, nor comfort. I need only the rhythm of my own myself, searching for voices that could steady my path. But the more I searched, the less I heard. The world is loud, but truth is quiet. And one day, when everything around me tried to pull me apart, I discovered the silence within, the place where no echo returns, where fear dissolves, where certainty is born. Now when I walk, my heart doesn't shout or stumble. It moves with a quiet authority, steady as a distant tide. I've learned to trust the version of myself that rises in solitude, the one who doesn't break when the world grows cold. My chest holds no lingering doubts, no trembling reflections from the past, only determination shaped by every moment I chose to rise instead of retreat. Night drapes itself over me, deep blue and unbroken, and I welcome its stillness like an old friend. I don't fear what lies ahead, I don't flinch at what lingers behind. I walk with the confidence of someone who has rebuilt himself in silence and found peace in his own presence. There's a rare kind of strength and I need a noise to feel alive. There's no echo in my chest, because I no longer speak from uncertainty. I move from conviction, I rise from clarity. I stand because I've learned that the quiet within me is stronger than any chaos outside. And as long as that silence remains, I will continue forward, steady, focused, and impossible to I wear a suit of confidence, stitched from every moment I refuse to break. It isn't made of fabric or thread, but of choices, discipline, and nights when I stood alone without letting fear claim a single breath. The suit has no shine, no gold, no symbols, yet it carries a presence stronger than anything the world could ever put on me. When I walk, it moves with me, shaped perfectly by the resilience I forged in silence. Confidence isn't loud, it doesn't shout to be heard or demand attention from wandering eyes. It lives in the way a man holds himself when no one is watching, in the way he rises even when the room is empty. I learned to wear that truth like armor. Every setback I survived tightened the seams, every doubt I silenced strengthened the fabric. Now it fits me like something made only for those who have walked through darkness without losing who they are. The night wraps around me in deep blue stillness, and I feel the quiet power of my own presence. I don't move fast, I don't need to. A steady pace is enough when you trust your direction. My steps fall clean and controlled, someone who no longer bends for the world's noise. This suit wasn't tailored by approval or shaped by praise. It was built from moments of honesty, the kind of man finds only when he faces himself. Search for strength in voices, in crowds and recognition. I found mine in the opposite. Silence cut away the unnecessary, revealing a core I didn't know I had. Now when I enter a room or walk alone under a heavy sky, the confidence I wear speaks without sound. It doesn't need decoration, its power comes from truth, not display. I've learned that the greatest dignity a man can carry is the one he builds for himself. My suit of confidence is not flawless, but it is real. It holds the weight of every lesson that shaped me, the calm of every battle I didn't show, the depth of every decision that aligned me with the man I choose to be. And as I move forward through the quiet night, I feel it settle around me like a second skin. Steady, unbroken, unmistakably mine. A suit not meant to impress, but to remind me I have earned every step I take. I face the mirror, but I don't search for the man everyone else sees. I'm looking for the one beyond the reflection, the quiet force shaped by moments no glass can capture. The image staring back at me shows calm eyes and steady breath, yet I know the truth runs deeper, carved in places only solitude can reveal. A mirror can show features, but it cannot show endurance. It cannot show the battles fought in silence, or the strength built in darkness. I've walked long enough through heavy nights to know that my reflection is only the surface. Beneath it lives a man who rebuilt himself without applause, who learned to stand when every part of him wanted to fall. That man doesn't need praise, he doesn't need recognition. He moves with a quiet certainty, born from surviving storms no one ever knew he weathered. And when I look past the glass, I see him clearly. The world often judges a face, a posture and expression, but a face doesn't show discipline. A posture doesn't reveal integrity. A mirror doesn't display the moments where I held my ground when everything around me cracked. I become a man shaped not by what eyes can see, but by what I chose to carry and what I chose to let go. The night settles around me in dark blue calm, and I breathe slowly, let in the silence, steady my thoughts. I no longer seek approval from reflections or shadows. I seek truth, I seek alignment with the man I aspire to be. one the mirror frames, but the one who stands behind that image, quiet and unshaken. I learned that real strength grows where no reflection reaches. It grows in decisions made with no witnesses, in resilience built without applause. It grows in the parts of me that the mirror can never reflect. My patience, my discipline, my determination to rise every time life tried to press me down. So I look into the mirror, not to admire, not to analyze, but to acknowledge the surface before turning inward. The man beyond the mirror is the one I trust, the one who carries my truth, my scars, my steady fire, the one who walks through darkness without losing his direction. And as I step away, I'll leave the reflection behind, knowing the simple truth: a mirror shows who I appear to be, but only I know the man I truly am. I move through the world like midnight itself, quiet and deep, carrying a calm darkness that doesn't threaten, it understands. There's something honest in the hour when the sky turns heavy blue and the streets grow still. It's the time when a man hears his own thoughts without interruption, when he faces the truth of who he is without a single voice around to sway him. And in that silence, I walk with certainty. Midnight doesn't rush, and neither do I. It unfolds slowly, revealing only what's needed, keeping the rest tucked behind shadows. I've learned to do the same. My steps are measured, intentional, leaving no room for hesitation or noise. The world often tries to push man into chaos, but I refuse to let that current pull me under. I'd rather move like the night, calm, steady, deliberate. It strips away distractions, expectations, and demands. A man who walks like midnight carries an inner fire so controlled that no storm can extinguish it. My strength isn't loud or striving for attention. It burns low, deep, constant. I don't need to be seen to know who I am. I don't need company to stay strong. Midnight stands alone, and so do I. I've walked through moments that tried to break me, but instead they taught me rhythm. The rhythm of breathing through pressure, standing through uncertainty, or facing life without trembling. Now my presence moves softly but with weight, like the hour that changes the world without making a sound. Every step I take echoes in word, reminding me that the path I choose is mine alone. Shaped by discipline, guided by calm. Sky above me is thick with quiet hate in the air, carries a cold honesty that sharpens my thoughts. I welcome it, It reminds me that the strongest parts of a man grow in darkness, away from applause, away from eyes. Midnight knows this truth better than any moment of daylight. I walk like midnight, not because I hide, but because I carry a depth the world doesn't always understand. A depth built from resilience, from silence, from choices made when no one was watching. And as long as I move with this quiet strength, I know one thing with certainty: the night is not the end, it is the beginning of every step I take forward. There's iron in my pulse, steady like a quiet oak. I never spoke aloud, it moves through me, slow and unshakable, reminding me that every challenge I faced has carved something stronger beneath my skin. I walk through the dim blue hours where most men hesitate, but I don't feel the need to rush or hide. The night teaches me patience, and patience has sharpened me more than any blade could. My heartbeat is a rhythm forged from storms I survive without witnesses. I've learned to breathe even when the world grows heavy, to hold myself upright when the ground wanted to swallow me whole. Strength isn't loud, it doesn't roar, demand attention. It hums quietly in the blood, in the bones, in the spaces no one sees. And in that silence, I found the man I was meant to become. Someone who doesn't fear the weight of responsibility or the solitude that comes with choosing his own path. There's a fire hidden beneath this calm, burning low, guided by purpose rather than rage. I don't walk to prove anything to the world, I walk because my pulse tells me forward is the only direction worthy of my time. Even in the darkest moments when shadows try to stretch across my mind, I feel the iron rising, reminding me that resilience is not a gift, it's a decision I make again and again. My steps echo through empty streets, but I'm not searching for applause or validation. I'm listening to the quiet truth inside me, the one that refuses to break even when pressure builds. There's a certain dignity in standing alone and knowing that your strength doesn't depend on who stands beside you. And every breath I take reinforces that truth. The night falls around me like a cold blue cloak, but I don't pull away from it, I move through it with certainty, feeling the pulse in my veins guide me like a compass. I'm not defined by what I lost or what tried to stop me. I'm defined by the iron that beats inside me, by the way I rise after each fall, by the calm power that grows stronger in silence. I keep moving, steady and deliberate, because the future is built one heartbeat at a time. And as long as there is iron in my pulse, I will walk forward, unshaken, unwavering, and impossible to break. I stand calm in the storm of men, untouched by the noise that presses against the air. The world around me moves fast, desperate, loud, but inside me there is a stillness carved from moments that broke others and built me. I've learned to breathe while everything trembles, so hold my center while chaos searches for weakness. And in that quiet space within, I find the strength that no one can steal. Men shout, clash, race to outshine each other, but I've stepped away from that bout. I move at a different rhythm, slow enough to think, strong enough to resist the pull of the unnecessary. The night paints me in deep blue, a color that belongs to those who refuse to be shaken by the world's demands. My calm is not softness, it's discipline. It's the weight of every choice I make to remain composed when pressure tried to bend me. I walk through crowds that lose themselves in their own noise, yet I remain anchored. Their storms cannot touch me. I face winds that tore at my resolve, voices that tried to pull me apart, but I stood through all of it, learned through all of it, rose through all of it. And now silence walks with me like a loyal companion, guiding my steps through the noise of restless minds. It's not found in shouting louder, it's found in the man who does not need to. A calm man is a rare man, a quiet force in a world that worships volume. My footsteps fall steady, deliberate, each one a reminder that I choose peace over chaos, clarity over confusion, truth over noise. I don't join the storm, I outlast it. There's a power in not reacting, in not letting every voice earn a piece of your mind. I've mastered the art of keeping my fire low and steady, letting it burn only where it matters, never wasting its heat on battles unworthy of my energy. I stand firm, not because I am unbreakable, but because I've rebuilt myself enough times to know I won't fall. In the storm of man, I am the calm that cannot be moved. I am the stillness that confusion cannot swallow. And as I move forward, slow, steady, certain, I realize something simple. True strength is quiet, and I carry that quiet like walk in places where wolves don't follow, Far beyond the noise that tries to shape a man, the path ahead is quiet, carved through cold blue shadows that stretch like unending corridors of truth. Most men stop before they reach this distance. Most turn back when the night grows too honest. But I keep moving steady, knowing that solitude is not a punishment. It is a filter that reveals who truly stands. The air is different out, it's sharper, unsoftened by voices that echo doubt. Every step is mine alone, untouched by expectations, uninterrupted by fears that cling to the edges of weaker hearts. I've learned that the deeper you walk into your own silence, the fewer shadows can harm you. This far out, the wild can't reach me, and the house fade into nothing. This is where clarity grows. I carry the weight of every lesson burned into my memory, not as chains but as armor. I no longer flinch at the darkness. I've walked with it long enough to understand its language. It doesn't threaten me now, it moves beside me like an old companion, watching as I step farther than most would dare. Strength doesn't roar here, it whispers, it breathes, it lives quietly in the man who refuses to retreat. Where wolves don't follow, where wolves don't follow. I find the edge of myself, the place where fear dissolves, where the world's expectations fall away like dust. Here the night doesn't judge me, it reveals me, and in that revelation I discover a calm I've never found in crowded rooms of loud minds. The horizon stretches open, untouched, inviting only those who rise without witnesses. I walk with certainty, not because I know what comes next, but because I trust the man I become. The storms I survived taught me patience, the silence I embraced taught me resilience, and this endless path teaches me something even greater, that the strongest steps a man takes are taken alone. No growl, no echo, no presence follows me now. The wild turns back, but I continue forward, guided by an inner fire too steady to fade. This is the place few reach, the place only the disciplined endure, where wolves don't follow, is where I choose to stand, unshaken, unmoving, and completely my own. I carry a crown no one sees, shaped not from gold but from choices that tested the edges of my spirit. It sits quietly on me, weightless yet undeniable, built in silence, earned in shadows. I never asked for it, never chased it, never bowed for it, but life has a way of placing a crown on the man who stands alone and refuses to break. And so I wear it, not for glory, not for eyes, but because I've survived every moment meant to tear it from me. The The night moves around me like a slow blue tide, calm but honest, showing the truth of every step I take. A lone crown isn't a symbol of dominance, it's a reminder of endurance. Every sky beneath my coat, every decision made without applause, every time I stood when silence tried to pull me under. All of it forged the invisible metal, resting on my spirit now. I walk with a certain steadiness, not because I am untouchable, but because I have learned that real strength blooms quietly. People think a crown must shine, must capture light and attention. Mine does neither, it glows inward, subtle and disciplined. A private fire I protect with every breath. I didn't become who I am through victory, I became this man through persistence, through long nights where I rebuilt myself piece by piece, through days where no one clapped when I rose, yet I rose anyway. There's a dignity in walking alone, not from arrogance but from knowing your worth doesn't depend on witnesses. I don't need crowds to validate my steps. The road ahead may be uncertain, but uncertainty doesn't shake me anymore. My crown is not fragile because it was never crafted from comfort. It was shaped by resistance, molded by resilience. As I move forward, the world grows quiet, almost respectful, not because it fears me, but because it recognizes something unspoken. A man who has earned his space without demanding it. A man who leads himself before he leads anything else. The lone crown I wear is mine alone, unseen yet unwavering. It belongs to the man who stood in darkness and learned to guide himself. And as long as I keep moving with the same quiet certainty, this crown will remain with me, steady, unbroken, and rightfully earned. I walk toward a horizon that never speaks, yet somehow understands me better than any voice I've ever heard. There's a quiet pull in the distance, a promise that doesn't shout, doesn't rush, just waits with a calm certainty. Only the horizon knows me, the real me, the one shaped by long nights, steady breaths and choices made far away from anyone's eyes. It carries the weight of every step I've taken, even the ones no one else would have dared. The world behind me is full of noise, full of expectations, full of hands trying to shape who I should become. But out here, under the deep blue sky, stretching into forever, I find a truth untouched by anyone else's fear. The horizon doesn't judge, it doesn't demand, it simply exists, offering endless space for the man who refuses to stay still. And I move toward it, steady and unwavering. I've left pieces of myself in places I'll never return to. Old doubts, old versions, old shadows, they don't belong to me anymore. The man who walks now is quieter, stronger, more deliberate. My steps fall with a rhythm, call from resilience, not from the rush the world tries to impose. I don't chase anything, I don't run from anything. I move forward because the horizon reminds me there's always more to become. People think distance is empty, but they're wrong. Distance is where clarity grows. The farther I walk, the clearer my thoughts become, the more honest my heartbeat feels. There's a calmness in knowing that the road ahead belongs only to me, not to the echoes of the past or the expectations of anyone watching. Out here, I am not defined by opinions or noise. I am defined by motion. The sky shifts above me, dark blue melting into deeper shades, and I feel the quiet strength that comes from walking alone without fear. The rising walls with me, stretching forward no matter how far I go, reminding me that becoming the man I'm meant to be has no finish line. Only the horizon knows me, not the version I show, but the version I build with every step. And as long as it waits for me, I'll keep moving steady and certain, knowing that my journey doesn't need validation, it needs only direction. And I have it. I move through the world like a quiet figure, carved from dusk untouched by the need to explain who I am or what I see. The unknown welcomes me like an old companion. Its silence familiar, its darkness honest. I walk with my head high, not out of pride, but out of certainty. A gentleman doesn't raise his voice to prove his worth. He shows it in the way he walks through places others fear to stand. The night folds around me, deep blue and endless, yet I feel no hesitation in its presence. I've learned that the unknown is not an enemy, but a mirror reflecting the parts of myself that light cannot reveal. The man I am in the shadows is the truest version, calm, steady, bound by no expectations but my own. My steps echo softly on the empty ground, and each echo carries a promise I made long ago, to move forward with dignity, no matter how uncertain the path. I don't seek recognition, nor do I chase applause. A quiet strength lives in my chest, guiding me like a steady flame. concealed beneath the tailored coat. The unknown stretches before me, and I walk into it without fear, trusting the instinct shaped by every trial I've overcome. I've stood in storms that try to bend me, faced silence that tried to break me, yet here I am, unshaken, composed, still in control of the man I choose to be. There is power in not needing all the answers. There is grace in stepping into darkness with the calm confidence of someone who has rebuilt himself more than once. I'm not defined by the roads behind me or the ones ahead, but by the way I navigate them, with patience, discipline, and an unspoken code that keeps my spirit alive. The world may never know the battles I fought in quiet rooms, the choices I made when no one was watching, the strength it took to walk away from what dimmed my fire. But I know, and that knowledge stands with me like a shadow that refuses to leave my side. I walk through the unknown like it belongs to me, not through ownership, but through understanding. A gentleman does not fear the darkness. He carries his own light, steady and deliberate, shaped by every moment that tried to define him. And as I continue forward, I realize that the unknown is where I thrive, a place where courage grows and a man discovers who he truly is. I walk through silent roads where the air feels older than my memories, and every shadow stretches like a quiet reminder of where I've been. The night doesn't question me, doesn't demand explanations or apologies. It simply accepts my presence, and in that acceptance I find a strange kind of peace. My steps are steady, not hurried, not unsure, each one shaped by the weight of lessons carved into my bones. The world around me sleeps, unaware of the miles I carry inside, unaware of the storms I've crossed, with nothing but my own resolve to guide me. There's something honest about these empty streets, something that strips away the noise and leaves only the truth of who I am becoming. I've learned that solitude doesn't weaken a man, it sharpens him, clears him, teaches him to stand without leaning on anyone else's strength. My breath moves slow, matching the rhythm of the quiet horizon ahead. I don't chase anything, I don't run from anything. I move with intention, each step a small vow to stay loyal to the person I'm building. In the stillness I hear the echoes of every time I refuse to fall apart. I hear the quiet quiet pride in surviving moments that try to erase me. Silent roads hold memories like that, memories that walk beside me without trying to weigh me down. The night folds around me, deep blue and calm, and for a moment it feels like the sky is watching, waiting to see if I hesitate. But hesitation has no place here. I walk too far, rebuild too much, learn the cost of stopping too soon. Steady steps carry me forward, because forward is the only direction that feels honest. Even when the path is unclear, my resolve is not. I made mistakes, left pieces of myself in places I'll never return to, but each of those losses taught me to rise with more clarity than before. Strength isn't loud, it's the quiet choice to keep moving when no one sees you. It's the dignity found in the steps you take alone, the ones that shape your character when the world isn't watching tonight. The silent roads teach me once again that a man who knows his own truth fears nothing. Not darkness, not solitude, not the long path ahead. And as I continue walking steady and certain, I realize something simple: the journey is mine, and I am strong enough to walk it without fear.